Hi, and welcome back to Caught in the Third Act. This is the 7th broadcast, and it's been a while. It's been about a month since my last broadcast. That's because the month of May was a bit hectic for me. Fair amount of work going on, a fair amount of things going on here with me and my roommate. Well, not between us, just family crap. So don't worry about that. Anyway, uh, I ended up going out of town several times, so it was a busy, busy month. So I didn't have much time to actually focus on writing and let alone broadcasting what I write. So I apologize for the length of time that it's been, and hopefully we'll be able to get something done. Um, Still not much in the way of viewers or activity, but I'm hoping that that does pick up. Uh, we'll see. Anyhow, um, since the last time we met, I actually started working on another short story in addition to The First Taste. That's been up on the website for now, if you've been paying attention to the website. The other story is Another World. It's going to be the introduction story, more or less, the back story, the feeling out story, if you will, for JT. Um, Basically, a counterpoint to The First Taste. So, it's in progress. I haven't done a whole lot with it yet, but I have decided, working on this though, that I'm going to change the name, probably last name, of one of the characters, the bookstore owner, John Tarheel. I'm going to change it to something a little bit different. The reason is that, as one of my creative writing teachers pointed out in a class about 7-8 years ago now, basically characters with the same initials tend to confuse readers. While I like to give my readers a little more credit than that, it's plausible, and so I'm going to actually try to change the name and be a little bit more reasonable and considerate, I guess, towards my readers. In this particular case, I'm going to pick a street name near my home in Detroit. It's a famous name. So, John Tarheel is now John Euclid. And I'm going to update the character profile just to make sure. Yes, I can see you now. Good. Another issue that you may have noticed me screwing around with today, although you may have been wondering what I was doing, was for the longest time the YouTube video chat was not working. It was not being integrated into the stream for some reason, and that was a problem with the Restream video client, or rather chat client, and so we were only getting stuff from Twitch, which was fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but if you want people on both platforms to actually interact and participate in your stream, you kind of need it to work both ways. So after I bugged them about a month ago regarding this issue, they realized it was a bug in their system and they went about fixing it. And so I was testing it today to see if it was working, and it was, although the web chat version that they had me using a few weeks back wasn't working. So I had to update things yet again. So, oh well. Yee! So you're watching me on both platforms, huh? You cut that out. You only need to do it once. Well, on one platform. Alright. What should I work on today? Do I work on Another World? Do I work on The First Taste? What do I do, people? Well, that's fine. God knows I like testing things. And let me check something here. I forgot how tall I was making JT. 5'4". Okay, so you like JT the best, huh? What do you like best about JT? Certainly, there's something you like best about JT, excuse me, about her. Stability is for cowards. Yeah, I kind of would too. As I can't remember how to spell Isles. Thank you. Yeah, so in my opinion, while I'm liking Mike here, he's something of a pain in the ass. He's not the kind of bookstore help that I'd like to have helping me. He would annoy the living crap out of me as a customer, if I was a customer. And that's why I'm writing him exactly like that. Exactly. It is the worst. I've always wondered what goes through their mind as they're standing there talking to you. I mean, obviously you would think it was something about the book, but is it? Is it really? Now, all you want to do is get a good idea whether you want the book, whether it's interesting, whether it's going to be fun for you. But no. In case you're wondering what that was at the bottom of the screen there, I downloaded the past broadcast for off of YouTube to upload them to Twitch, because Twitch only wants to hold on to them for 2 weeks, and unless you upload them manually, and so I'm doing that. Exactly. How may I irritate you today? I'm stealing your line. I think Bicentennial Man was based on a book. Do you remember? myself. I haven't seen it in a while. I need to, even though I'm still very likely to get bummed about Robin Williams. Are you kidding? There's lots of things that you want to watch that over and over again for. Lots of things. I mean, yeah, it is depressing in some parts, but it's a great film, and it's hilarious. Yeah, I think it's about 2.5 hours. I think. You'll have to look that up. But still, there's lots of great things that are just payoffs from towards the end of the middle and end of the film that were set up way back in the beginning. So it's worth watching the whole thing over and over again. I wouldn't advise it more than once or twice in a day, but certainly you do watch it over and over again uh, for the whole thing, in my opinion. Grammar does not matter. Okay, yes, it does. do you want it electric blue? Excuse me. Cobalt. I always like cobalt blue. It's an awesome color. Even though I know of Monet and Manet, I still can't remember exactly what type of art they actually specialized in. So I'll have to look that up later and figure that into this real quick. Just because. I think they were Impressionist, but I can't really remember. Nothing. You didn't miss a thing. As you might guess, I've read a fair amount of Dune. Originally read the first book back in 1990. I've become a big fan of the film, uh, even though people hate it. Uh, Years before that, and decided to actually read the book. And I tried making it through the saga at that point in time, but I was not mentally ready for it. I actually didn't get it read completely until the early 2000s. Then I uh, reread the entire series, the original series, at that point, as well as many of the books that his son partnered on. And it's a fascinating series, even if I don't completely agree with the direction that was done for the subsequent books and the official conclusion of the original saga. Oh yeah, definitely bad for your brains. Especially when you start having to remember all the little details that are built up on all of a ton of other details from 2, 3 books before. And I'll never be able to say the Bene Tilaxiu, whatever. Bene Gesserit, no problem. The other Bene House, not so much. T and L should not be together at the start of a name. Just putting that there for a joke for a moment. It's not going to stay. wait until you get to God Emperor of Dune. Although Children of Dune got pretty complex too, with the multiple references to Leto. Leto the Second, Leto the Third. Alright, so John may be a little too quick with the pop culture references. Oh no! How could you let this happen? Respite? A little song? A little dance? Batman's head on a lance? Negative. I'll buy you both lunch. Where? No place super cheap this time. This time. Not today. This time. Alright, I have to admit, I'm beginning to like Michael. maybe it's because I'm making him essentially the butt of a joke, of so many jokes, but it's giving him a little personality. Who knew that super cheat was actually a word? Save myself from Michael? Why? He's a cool kid. Weird, but cool. Alright, I think I'm probably using way too much in the way of actual names and things. So, Disney Movie Club will probably become something else. I might leave the Obi-Wan and Batman references in. Might. Although I think I probably should remove them. But then again, it's been 30 years since Tim Burton's Batman came out. So that line is almost a, a cultural phenomenon at this point, even if it is a little obscure. But the copyright is still owned on the movie, so I don't know. This probably would need to go. Obi-Wan Kenobi, well, this is definitely copyrighted, and it's definitely 40 years old. But, I don't know. Don't want to get sued. I figure the cash is still around, it probably always will be, but the cryptocurrency is the predominant way to pay for things in this particular age. And cash, well, your credit card would be linked to cryptocurrency as well, so it's not out of jive or out of sync with the first taste. Just another factor. And yes, irritants are indeed bad for you. Still, sometimes they're interesting. Michael is getting to be interesting. Hmm. I had picked out a location for his actual store, although I don't remember exactly where it was. Naturally, I have no idea what's actually in these locations because I've never been to Jefferson City, Missouri. But, of course, Jefferson City, Missouri of 2053 may be a completely different place than Jefferson City, Missouri 2018. The Grand Cafe. I think the Grand Cafe has just been promoted to being around in 30 years. Congratulations. You get to be around in 30 years, Grand Cafe. I'm doing footnotes. I just want to keep track of that. And we're rapidly approaching the end of this broadcast. You may have noticed, or may not have noticed, if you're new to the broadcast in general, is that I didn't do my commercial today. That's fine. But if you do want to support the stream, there are still options, and I've actually added a little banner down at the bottom there, right here, talking about how to support it. So you can if you like. If you don't, you don't have to. Whatever. Yep. Thought about it a couple times, but meh. I think I'll redo it at some point. Yep. Typesetting. Something is something of a lost art even now. It's amazing how in just a few years something that was so commonplace as typesetting and printing, actually to print newspapers and magazines and books, becomes so rare. It's becoming a lost skill. Yep. Alright, so I didn't do bad today. Over 2 pages. I think that's worth celebrating. I think that's definitely worth celebrating. So, if all goes according to plan, I'll be back again in 2 weeks with this broadcast for number 8. That would be June 23rd, right after my birthday. It would be nice if I had some more viewers for my birthday, but I'll settle for my favorite guest. In the meantime, I will post these changes, these updates to the website, so look for them. I will also continue to work some more on both of these stories, flesh them out some more and try to get them a little more updated. So look for that over the next 2 weeks. Let's see. I will not be going to see Jurassic World, so I will not be talking about that. But that should just about do it for this broadcast. Thank you. Yes, my birthday. I'll be officially an old man by that point. If you have any questions or comments, you know where to post them on the Facebook, through Twitter, on the website, on YouTube, on Twitch. I don't care how you comment, just comment, people. Please. Participate. Please. I'm begging you. Please. But I think I'll go ahead and wrap this up. Dinosaurs are not cool, and I am too old. I'm almost a dinosaur. That's how I know they're not cool. So, but I will talk to you soon. Please comment. Please participate. That's the whole name of the game here. So come on back, and I will see you soon. Bye.